Thank you for joining me here today on Krista So Crafty. I appreciate it, and I hope you're going to enjoy the little craft that we're doing today. Today is October 31st, so this is like the last minute kind of craft, but you know what? It's what it is. So grab some supplies and craft along with me. All right, I think I have everything I need for this project. I've got my beads. Now, these are beads that I just picked up at a garage sale earlier this summer. 25 cents for all of these beads. So I quite often will do that if I see something at a garage sale or a flea market or something like that. I will pick them up, put in my craft room, because you never know when you're going to need them. Anyways, I have my beads, and I've gone through and I've painted a bunch of them orange. Now I just use like an acrylic paint for these. If you have, what's it called, chalk paint, you could use that as well. Then I have my little characters, or my little wood pieces. Now these are from the dollar store that I bought. And so I have, so you can see them, there's a cat and hats, witches hats. Okay, so I'm going to use those, and I've got just some twine or some rope that I got at the dollar store. I'm going to use that to string this all together with. And then I also grabbed some different ribbons out of my stash. I thought I might put some of these together, and I don't know, this is just kind of, I'm going by the seat of my pants right now. I'm just making this up as I go along. So I hope you enjoy this video and give it a thumbs up if you like it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by just stringing these all on, and I'm going to alternate the colors, so orange and then black, orange and black. That's all I'm going to do, and I'm going to put them all the way, all of these beads on here. Okay, so now what I've done is I've taken a little bit of glue and I've put it onto the end of this rope, or whatever you want to call it, just so that it's not going to fray on me. And I'm just going to continue on here, just alternating the colors. All right, so we'll get these last beads on here. And what I did is I started with an orange when I should have started with the black. So I'm just going to add it on the other end, because I wanted mine to start, let's see, I didn't put glue on that end. Come on. Well, for Pete's sakes, it's not wanting to go through. Hang on. All right. So here we have our bead garland. Just moving it down a little bit so I have a little bit more tail hanging up the other side here. All right. Sorry if I keep bumping the camera. All right. So that's that. And so now we need to start attaching our little critters here, our cat and our witch's hats. What I have here are, I have 20 orange beads and I have 21 of the black beads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave 6 on each end, and then I will start putting the little decorations here and do every 4 beads. Okay, so I have this twine that came with the little ornaments, so I'm going to use that as soon as I can find where I put them all. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bend it in half, and I'm going to loop it through each of the holes on these ornaments, like so. So just looped it through, and now I'm going to put those, try to keep it as even as you can, and then I'm going to loop it through and attach it on, just like that, okay? And I'm going to do that with all of these. Now there's 4 of the cats, I think I've already said, and 3 of the hats. I want an odd number of all of these on here, so. In other words, when I'm done, I'll have 7 hanging down. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all the strings on these, and I'm going to start this with the black cat. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to, I don't know, tie it on here. We'll see how I can do this. I think I want them hanging down a little bit. You know what, let's just go like this. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here, sorry. Just tying a real basic knot so that the cat or the hat, they will both hang down. And just tie a knot here. Hopefully it'll hang. And then I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably go along and place some glue. 3, 6. Just a dab of glue right in there to hold that in place so it'll stay there. And then something like that. So they'll just hang. So I'm just going to continue down and put these on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, I'm doing a spacing of 4 in between each of these. Just tie a knot. Maybe. And like I said, I will put a little drop of glue just to make sure that that holds. And then I'm going to put some ribbons in there so you're not going to see the knots, and I'll trim those up. So I'm just going to keep going and I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so I have all of them tied on, and I'm having to just, I didn't count my beads and stuff ahead of time, so I'm just trying to make it work. So I'm going to put the very first and the last one 6 in, and then I'm going to go 5 beads, and then another 5 beads, and then I'll just hang this kind of in the center and make it good, make it work. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you from this end, is all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of hot glue. Well, no, I need to start from the other end. So I've already got this one on here. Okay, so the black cat, I've glued it on there already. So I'll show you what I've done. First things first, I'm just going to trim off these just a little bit. I want a little bit left, but not that much. And then I'm just going to take some hot glue and put it right on that little knot, just so it doesn't come undone. Now, if you're going to do this, please be very careful. It's hot glue. I'm just going to take my fingers and just kind of squish that in there, squish that glue in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a little bit of hot glue on each one of those little strings that are left. Make sure this is all snug, and I'm just going to roll that together like that. Take off the little strings of glue. Of course, the strings are everywhere. Okay, and then I'm just going to, of course the string is being a little persnickety. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here so that that string will stay in between those two beads and not pull apart. Just like that. So then when we hang it up, it'll just be like that. And I'm just going to move on. So let's see. We got 6, 5, and then this is another 5. So get 5 beads. Now, of course, you can do this however you want. This is just how I'm doing it with what I have. So like that. And I'm just going to, again, take a little hot glue, put it right in the middle of that knot. I want that knot to stay tied. I mean, short of somebody coming along and pulling on it, it shouldn't come undone, but you never know. Okay, so again, just going to take a little bit of glue. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. And make sure that this is all straight. And I'm just going to put a little bit more here just to make sure it's all not going to go anywhere. And then I will put these together like that. Of course, I'm getting, and there we have 2 on there. Okay, so I'm just going to continue on. Okay, so now that those are all glued together, I'm just going to take and put some hot glue inside here so that it doesn't come undone. So I'm just going to pull that so that the beads are in there snug, and then I'm just going to let that cool. So I'll leave that, and I'm going to do the same thing on this end here. Okay, so just a little bit of glue in there, just kind of fill in that little cavity and making sure that the beads are not real tight, but that they're, you know, snug, right? We don't want the, we want some movement in the beads still, so. And I'm just gonna let that cool down. All right, I believe those are cool enough. So now we have our little garland. So now we can start just dressing it up a little bit. Okay, let's maybe try some of this ribbon. I'm just kind of, you know, designing this as I go. It's how I do a lot of my crafts. So we'll just pull off some ribbon. I don't know, how about, I got my centimeter side up on this side, so how about 40 centimeters long each? Nope, let's try 50. I want them kind of long, okay? So I will cut this one at 50, and then I will cut another one, and I'll use this one as a measuring so I can have them the same length. And then how about some of this orange here? So we'll take this little tape off. And same thing, we'll get a couple pieces of the orange, the same length as the black. Again, they don't have to be 100%, but close enough, right? All right, so I have 2 black, 2 orange. I think some of this green would be kind of cute, so let's see. Now it's only got the print on one side. Is that what I want? Or do I want maybe this orange? Because I think this orange will be both-sided. Both-sided will be, the print will be on both sides. Let's cut this open and see. Maybe. There we go. Sorry. And yes, see? That's what we want. So I think I really wanted some of that green in here though. You know what, we might try it anyways, right? So 50 centimeters to there. And I'm gonna go ×2. So that's to there. And then let's just see what this is gonna look like. So if I take an orange and a black, oh my goodness, my fingers don't want to work, and a green, and we just kind of, if we tie them, right, that might look okay, even if they're all different sizes and different, even though they're the same length, they're, I mean, I can make them even, I suppose. And then where do I want these? I think I want these at the ends here. So I'm going to wrap it around and tie a knot. Just like, hold on, I lost my orange. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. Give that, do it like that, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we don't knot it because it's making them separate. Maybe we just loop them over and I can glue it and then they'll just hang down like that. I think I like that better. And then I can manipulate some of these. I guess it would help if I held you in so you could see as well, right? You know what, let's try to tie this one because it's just going to be finicky. Get that out of there. Like that. Just going to move this in closer to the bead. There we go. Something like that. And then we can add in these ones for a touch of color or contrast or whatever you want to call it. Just like that. And then I'll just take and I'll put, did I do it again? So this will be like this, and then I'll just put a little dab of glue here, like that. Put a little dab of glue, and then I'll bring the orange one over and get it stuck in that glue. Now I'm sure people have lots of different ways that you can do this, but this is just how I'm doing it. Just playing around. And then I'll put a little dab of glue on top of the orange and lay that black through the glue. Just like that. Now I'm just gonna, I think that'll be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the orange, and then a little bit of glue on the black for the black. Okay, just like so. There. And then we just have this hanging down, and I think it looks okay. Yeah, I think it looks good. All right, so now I need to repeat that on the other side. Put this all over here. Okay, and then here's our green one. So we'll go through and tie a knot. And bring that in as close as we can to the bead. Okay, so that'll be like that. And then we'll have our orange, like so. And I'm going to make them as even as I can-ish. And I'm going to put a little hot glue right there. And flop over my ribbon in through the glue. And then I'll bring in my black. And pop a little glue right there. Like so. And then I'm going to turn it over so that I can put a little glue on the other side as well. So a little bit of orange, and what this does is it puts a little bit of glue on that knot of the green ribbon so it won't come undone. And then a little bit of black on the for the black, like so. And I believe we are good to go. All right. So let me get this hung up and I will show you how it looks. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a lighter and I'm going to just singe, just barely heat the ends of these so that they don't fray. Okay, and I'll do that to all of them. There we go. All right, let's go hang it up. So here's our finished project. Hi. I think it turned out kind of cute, and I like how it fits on this mirror. It's kind of cute. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to try out something like this, I mean, it's really quite simple. You could probably even find these beads, you know, at the dollar store or at Michael's, something like that. And of course, ribbon. And then the cats and the hats were from Dollar Tree as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And I just wanted to show you my supervisor making sure I'm doing things right. Oh, apparently he's tired. Anyways, again, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy this type of content, please give this a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'd love for you to join our little community. Thank you again. Happy crafting, guys.